No boundaries, I think is what these are called. And they're gonna be the simple and clean butterflies. So here we have, obviously, on lacing, I want you guys to see almost the whole process. Always use the Angels Leather Preparing Deglazer for that factory finish so you can remove it. I highly recommend it. Been using it since I got it, and it's the best. So I was going for this butterfly design on the toes. I wanted to kind of have extend over on the corner like where your pinky toe would be. But then I ended up scrapping the idea because I ended up coming up with something I think came out a little bit cleaner. For some reason, my sketch of this butterfly off the top of my head it looked nice, but then later on, I ended up with something I think came out a little bit better. So I was gonna do the same idea on the toe. On the heel. One on the heel, one on the toe, both on the same side. And you can see my little camera angle switches that I've been practicing. Hope you guys like. So there's the mock-up of the one on the heel. Once again, I ended up scrapping these. This is what it was gonna look like on both toes. And now, obviously, for the tape up around the midsole. So I don't usually use tape for my stuff, but I made sure this one went all the way around because I'm going to be using an air gun for the first time. One thing I want you guys to focus on is when you see my air gun hit, make sure your consistency is just right for the mix if you want to use thinner for the paint, because I kind of blotched right there, you see? But then I'm going to go back over that later. So there you guys can see the spot differences as I pull the gun forward and back and kind of get used to trying to hit it with the same coat. And, you know, it looks horrible, let's be honest. But this being my first time, I'm actually really proud of it because I went back and evened the whole thing out. Ba-boom. Way better, right? Not too bad, not too bad. Slightly satisfying on tape coming. Now for the inline, I love these dippers, man. Make sure you guys get the soft so it really falls in that line, and make sure to apply the right amount of heat so it sticks and stays. For this next step, I'm gonna try to get this gold shimmer coming through. So I'm gonna use Angelus's Pearlescent Rose Gold to try and just dip it and get it to shimmer through the black. You know me, I finger paint. So the objective here is not to drown out the black per se, but just have the rose gold peek through. So every time you look at it one way, it looks dark. But then when you move it towards the light, that rose gold shimmers through. Now that we got that shimmery effect, I want to make sure that I go and even it out. Might sound like the brush is dry, but it does have slight amount of paint on it, so I can just even it through. So now we got this slightly satisfying untape of the heel butterfly that I had, but I switched it up. Boom. New one. Free-handed this, and now I'm using these acrylic markers again, acrylic paint markers, just to freehand off the top of my head some type of random butterfly design. Make sure it's really unique. Another slightly satisfying untape coming. Now, being that I've never used an air gun before, and I usually don't tape my shoes, you're gonna see the midsole has some paint on it, but I go back and I retouch that again. The butterfly came together, the shimmering gold and rose gold, and now for the new Lionheart logo. And I think it all came together. I have little dots on the toes, and there we go. Wait until you see them all laced up.